Hey guys, today's August 3rd, 2024, and in this video I'm going to explain why I still see that we're in a very high watch period for an event to occur or an attack, something like that, because we're still in the time of the Olympics, and as I showed in my previous video, there is a connection here, a correlation with the video of iPet Goat 2 and what's going on in the Olympics, and it shows warlike scenes, especially right here. I'm just going to recap a few slides that I talked about in my other video, as we have bin Laden here on the iceberg. Their soldiers are also missiles, and it's a boat. It's an iceberg, but it's also a boat. And what we saw in the opening ceremonies, we saw the boats in the water. And also, the torch, the Olympic torch, kind of resembles a missile, the RPG here. But I think it's also a resemblance of a lit joint, and they got Snoop Dogg holding it, as I said before, and that's a reference to 420 next year, Easter, because I got that marked down as a significant watch date, and that will be another video. And the beard, of course, I talked about with the flame on the beard. A flame, the connection to the Olympic logo, and the flame in the boat, the water lily. So the water lily is the month of July. That's the flower of July. And the Olympics started July 26th, and got the flame, the Olympic flame in the small boat. And speaking of war in July and attacks, and it started in July, the day after the Olympics. So we had the attack blamed on Hezbollah, the attack in Israel, Golan Heights, 12 dead. Then Israel responded to the attack on July 31st, and that's when they killed the leader of Hezbollah. Now, Iran vows for revenge, saying killing will be severe at appropriate time and place, and that's why we're still on high alert for another event to occur. We're still in the time of the Olympics, and it's showing warlike scenes and attacks, and we've already had 2 of them. And now we're coming up to Kamala Harris. She will be the official Democratic nominee on Monday, and that's when the votes are all concluded and counted, and they said that she has enough votes. But this already is saying that she will become president or something like that, because Kamala means lotus, and we do see the lotus flower blooming out of the apple. And I showed before, this is basically like the same type of flower, the water lily, the lotus, but the lotus rises above the water. The water lily here sits on top of it, and this sort of rises above the apple. So this is more like the lotus here. And Obama's looking down at it, and just so happens that Kamala Harris will be the nominee the day after Obama's birthday, and obviously that's not a coincidence. So now I want to play this again, the scene where Bush says August when it's in reverse. Forward, he's saying shame on, but reverse, it's August. I always wondered why it was repeated so many times, because he's doing something while he's saying August, and I think that's why it's being repeated. Watch. You can hear it there. Continues, and he starts with these hand signs while continuing to say August, and I think that's a key. The first hand sign here, that was the second, and this is the third. And then I realized, wait, this could be sign language as well. Not only is this the number 1, just holding up one finger, like as it was April 1st, the D is the 4th letter, one finger. We had a missile attack this year on April 1st. So it could be 1/1, August 11th. You know, it's multi-layered. But In sign language, because he was using it just prior to this, and he's still saying August, this is the letter D, and that would represent the fourth letter of the alphabet, and he's saying August, so August 4th. And that makes perfect sense when you go back to the year 2020 when we had the Beirut bombings. So that was a missile attack on August 4th, Obama's birthday. But what are the other signs? So I did some research to compare George Bush's hand signals to actual letters in the ASL alphabet. And what I found is I couldn't completely confirm that I knew. It was a little difficult because some of them looked similar, but I wasn't sure if they were exactly those letters. So I did some more research and found that one person commented about this. It was on Logic Before Authority. He made a video and he asked people if he knew what those hand signals were. And this person said that they are the letters E, F, and I, besides the letter D that I showed you. But even somebody replied to that and says ASL doesn't look like EF and ASL. That's what I'm saying. They weren't conclusive to me in my eyes. But apparently this person is experienced with sign language because they said, my grandson is nonverbal, uses sign language. That is the ASL alphabet. So I interpret that to maybe being like everyone has a different writing style. You know, a lot of people don't write exactly like a formal text, you know, perfectly. And therefore, people, when they do sign language, it can maybe be varied, especially when they're doing it quickly. So that could be one explanation. So let's take a look at the letters. Here we are, the letter D in sign language. However, this is also the letter Z. You just have to do a zigzag motion in the air holding one finger. Now we're going to look at the other letters they claim that he was giving, that this person was more experienced in sign. They say this is the letter E. It's sort of similar, and I did look for more evidence to see if somebody was giving the letter E more like this, and I found somebody doing it more like this than that. So that's evidence that people have a different style that aren't like the formal style. This was a little less inclusive for me, but again, they are saying this is the letter F, and they're saying this is the letter I. So if this is true, and those are the actual letters, then maybe we're looking at an attack just like August 4th, on August 5th, the 5th letter, August 6th, the 6th letter, and August 9th. So it's interesting about August 6th and August 9th, it will be the 79th anniversaries of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, August 6th, and the other atomic bomb on August 9th, Nagasaki. One more slide right here. When he's saying August, they're showing this close-up of the hangman. By the way, that was August 10th that Epstein was found hung. So apparently they said, right? But anyways, we'll leave it at that and we'll see what happens. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.